Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the stream. I am Ben Juhadre Sorensen. Sitting next to me is
Devin, Admin Anonymous North.
And we welcome you to tonight's stream here on twitch.tv/Juhadre. We are going to do some shout casting tonight for all of you. 5 minutes here. Let's run down the roster. We don't get a chance to talk much about the picks and counter picks, but on our blue side we do see an Orianna, Gangplank, Fizz, Ezreal, and Janna.
Alright, so first off, one thing I know about Sadkill, he first picked Orianna. Orianna is his comfort pick.
I do remember that. Back in Season 2, we played, and that's what carried him into gold, was playing Orianna.
So I'm expecting some really good things to come from that. However, down the list, we have a Fizz in the jungle.
That's interesting. What did they change to make that come back? I know that AD top Fizz was a thing for a while.
I am not entirely sure. I don't keep up with Fizz that well.
Okay, that's fine. I'm actually excited to see it. In LCS the last couple of weeks, I have seen Fizz going top again instead of staying, either not played where he belongs or in the mid lane where he still doesn't belong, but up in the top lane, I've seen that. So they must have made some kind of change.
So then we got Gangplank top lane because Orianna's going mid. And Ezreal, Janna in the bot lane. We're going to see some pretty straightforward coming from there. Quickly jumping over to the red side, we have Sivir, Maokai, Zed, Nidalee, and Vel'Koz. Vel'Koz playing support.
That is support, yes. So what do you think is going to... Let's compare... No, before we compare, let's talk about it a little bit. Why these picks? Zed has been... a favorite of a lot of the mid lane pros for a long time, just out of the meta. Do you think he'll have what it takes to stand up against the Orianna? Was that a counter?
I don't know. He did have the choice for the counter pick. I don't know the matchup all that well. I'm not a mid lane player. But that's something I'm really going to start learning as we keep casting for sure.
I do know that Nidalee has fallen down the tier list of top junglers over the last couple of months, so it's interesting to me to see all of the solo queue picks.
Yeah, definitely seeing a lot of solo queue picks, comfort picks, people trying to pick what they know. And going through it, Nidalee wasn't quite sure who she was going to pick against. I guess she kind of guessed she was going to pick against Fizz. So have some decent roams on both sides, catching people out. Nidalee Spear's going to kill some people. Well, hopefully, but now we're going to load into game.
So,
what are your final thoughts on this?
I wanted to kind of compare side by side now that we're going to see all 10 champions, talk about a couple of matchups and things like that while we're waiting to load into the actual game. One of the first things I do notice, actually, is that Blue Team doesn't have a true tank. They do have Fizz, who's going to build, beefier, and he's got that ridiculous passive and things like that. So he's going to take a lot more hits, and then you've got the shield from Orianna, but that doesn't compare to the just wall that is a Maokai.
Yeah, Maokai is definitely going to do some work for the red team to be that tank, be that front line for them, as well as he's really sticky when he wants to be.
That is true,
especially when Sivir wants to ult on a good engage, he's going to be able to go right in, be where he wants to be, and I think team fighting, we're going to see a lot of that come into play.
All right, so then talk about this. Sivir has a lower range than other AD carries. That's something that's brought up a lot. It's why she's kind of fallen out of favor. Ezreal has a really long range and is with Janna, who also has really long range on those tornadoes. So what's the offset here? What will make the red team bot lane match up well against this blue lane that has the range and damage advantage?
I think the big thing, we have an immobile mage support going on. And so, really, Ezreal, if he gets caught, Ezreal's going to be able to do something to stick to that. Janna will be able to slow that down, do some knockups. So they have to be careful keeping Vel'Koz safe, I think is a big thing, because this is kill lane. Vel'Koz is not going to go regular support build. He's going to want to do some damage. He's got his passive to help do some damage, and he's got his ultimate. So That's what I'm thinking is going to happen. Is we're going to see if Vel'Koz puts himself in the wrong place at the wrong time, Ezreal and Jan are going to jump on that and try to take that right away.
All right. So I also know that Nidalee has to keep moving. She has that movement speed bonus in the brush. She probably took that mastery as well. Roams from the Zed maybe with her to take over the map. What are your thoughts on that?
I'm definitely seeing a lot of roaming. From Nidalee and Zed by themselves. If Zed gets an edge, he's going to probably go bot lane, pick up some kills, because we have two people that are going to be pretty easy to kill if he wants them to die.
Right.
But so Orianna wants to try to keep that from happening, and we're waiting to.
Well, this happened last time. I think we just loaded faster than the delay did.
Yeah, there we go.
Does. Here we are. We are into game now, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you once again for joining us. We do see a couple of viewers on. We're ready for game number 1. I am excited for this.
Here we go. All right, everybody heading into lane. Let's look at them go.
All right, what? So the beginning, that meta has changed a lot. It used to be the battle fan, when you would have one person at the bottom or entrance, your mid laner there, jungle and top all cover those entrances into the jungle. A lot of pro and higher tier players I've been seeing have been trying to get an early ward in to better track the jungler. It looks like that was kind of the idea. The red team was looking to try and get that invade. Orianna spotted it out.
Orianna didn't spot it. That's a red ward.
Yeah, so the red ward got placed because Orianna went into the river and found the Zed, who then placed the ward so that he could see the follow-up afterwards.
And then Orianna keeping that ball there just for that vision control, making sure nobody goes into there. Smart play. We're going to see some high-level play. So I'm excited for this.
I am too.
All right, so as minions spawned, everybody going back into their spot.
We got the medallion spam out of Ezreal here. Gamer Ratchet. So, hey, ladies and gentlemen, why don't we do this? Send in your hashtags. Hashtag red win or hashtag blue win to Twitter. At League Knight OP or at Juhadre at your pleasure.
At League Knight OP. Just do it all
yeah, that'll be better. It will indeed. So, we've got early game. There's not a lot to talk about really in the early game. No one's going to be trading a whole lot. And as I say that, you get a Thunderlord's proc out of Gangplank. Treon, Brolaire going at it a little bit. Sphinx is keeping up in CS with Gamer Ratchet. This is good news. Got those spells zoning him off from Vel'Koz. Not a lot to talk about right now. I do see a good disparity in the jungle on CS, but we talk about that. It's
some really good harass up top.
Yeah, it's not going to happen early game. Maokai's damage comes a lot later. As a champion, just the later into the game it goes, his damage, his health, everything does scale a lot higher. But you cannot ignore the fact that his W is a % max health damage.
Yes, the Gangplank farming with his Q, very good move. That's what you always want to be wanting to do, get that gold early.
Welcome Crash Point.
Crash and Plant.
Hashtag sad win. I love it.
Hashtag sad win in the Twitch chat right now. Thanks, Crash and Plant. Zengetsu Kappa.
So, there we go. Everything's kind of caught up except for the mid lane. It looks like Orianna's got quite the lead there in the CS. What can we tell about that? Is that telltale, especially with Zed missing 2 potions now? But before we get to that, here comes Zart21. He does the dive. He does the ignite. Brolaire is dead for first blood on the Fizz.
Very solid play. There's a lot of harassing going on top lane. Here comes the Nidalee, though. Throws the spear, gets early damage, jumps on him.
UVVU doesn't realize the Gangplank is right there. Has to burn the flash. Dodge out from the Javelin from Zaya 21. Zart, rather.
Ooh, a very scary moment from Nidalee there, but
Roma
here
from
comes
Oriana. UVVU, the dodge from the Playful and Trickster. Zart21 is close. Sadkill wants this. UVVU is running away. Got that double buff. Sadkill would love to grab that. There we go. Throwing the javelin out. Gets the heal from UVVU. Sadkill throws the ball. Command attack and the clockwork windup.
Yeah, and Oriana knows she can leave lane because she's got a very good gold lead, CS lead.
Not anymore.
Right now she has control of the lane so far. And so she just can go out, get a kill, get another early lead. A lot of damage coming on bot lane right now.
Flare Solaire does get killed by Tiny Evil Mage. A lot of aggressive trading there. Looks like Sphinx came out worse for the wear. Ooh, almost blocked it with that spell shield.
Trying to bait out that ability, but now she's still there. That's just asking for some trouble, but that is a really low mana Ezreal.
Yeah, not going to have a whole lot going to that. No jungle action either, as Fizz is up in the top side of that jungle.
So even CS in the jungle, but Fizz is ahead with that one kill he took up top lane. Even CS in the mid lane now. Oriana's now just going back and going to take that first buy after getting things, getting that kill.
The unfortunate thing was the blue buff expired right as Sadkill got that. So he only ended up with the red buff. So good on UVVU for, dragging that out. Uh-oh. Tyrion is going low. Brolaire gets hit by Fizz. There's the dash. Urchin Strike. He's got one more attack. There's the root from Brolaire. What can Zart do? Can he get it? There it is. Urchin Strike again. But UVVU does get revenge onto Sadkill.
Yeah, I'm going to go back and check what happened there.
Looks like assistance is needed in the mid lane. Got the pings out there. I do notice that vision is a little lax for the blue team. They've got the one control ward up in the top, the single sight ward down in that tri-brush. I stand corrected. The Rift Scuttler and now another sight ward up in the tri-brush on the top side of the map. So they're wanting to keep Gangplank happy, keep him fed, get him farming. Those two assists helping with that, I'm sure. As we see a little bit of roaming down, we got Fizz looking to hit the bottom lane, it looks like. Gamer Ratchet getting hit by the Boomerang Blade. Keeping it, he is now down in CS. That first back for Sivir was actually very, very good. Sphinx coming out with a BF sword.
Alright, so that kill on to Oriana. There's just an all-in, but jungle gank coming in. Oriana almost picked up the kill, but couldn't quite dodge a Nidalee spear.
Javelin.
Right, it is a javelin.
It is a javelin. It's not a spear, yeah. As much as people like to say it. Zart going for that red buff. Looks like level 5's out of the bottom lane still. There's a jump in. Oriana is there. Do we see the shockwave? There's the shockwave inside the Gangplank ult. Flash out of Tiny Evil Mage. Flare Solaire is going low. And there it is. Command attack to pick up the second kill on the bottom lane. Great roam from Sadkill.
Very strong play. They were going... Sivir and Vel'Koz were going in pretty hard, not realizing Sadkill had left mid lane. It's coming down. He's going to do some damage. He comes in. They all collapse. And Sadkill waits for the perfect time to cast that ultimate, and just pulls him right back in, does more damage, is able to pick up a double kill. He is falling behind in CS, but he is picking up those kills, being able to stay on top of it, and he's going to keep that pressure onto the mid lane. So Zed's not going to be able to roam like he wants to.
Especially without his ultimate. We saw the end of a little skirmish between him and Zart21 underneath the turret, but here we go. Here's the gank. Sadkill does get hit by the javelin. This one guy jumps on with UVVU, and they do pick up the kill.
They really want to shut that Oriana down. They know she's doing a lot of damage, putting a ton of pressure on Zed. So Zed's asking for that help, saying, hey, come help me with this. They catch him out again, not quite able to dodge the javelin. Pick up the kill pretty easily after that hit.
Looks like Brolaire wants a little bit of Trion. Is that ironic?
I could be. I guess so.
So let's actually start looking at scores here. The Gangplank is a 0-0-4, especially from that cannon barrage down onto the bottom lane. Got some missing pings up from the middle. Fizz is 2-0. UVVU is 2-1. There's the True Stopper. I guess we're casting a fight. Sphinx and Gamer Ratchet going in. Oh, the flash away from the fish. Brolair is there, but Zart wants this kill. He uses the Playful Trickster and gets him with the burn effect. Gamer Ratchet is low. What are they going to do? There's the Janna ultimate, that Monsoon, healing him up. Sphinx and Tiny Evil Mage want to get in on this guy.
There's a lot of plays happening all over the map. Bot lane isn't able to pick up that kill, even putting heavy pressure right underneath the turret with that long-range poke coming from Vel'Koz, and even with the Sivir Q. Not able quite to get it. They're also not able to quite to get the top lane.
Oh, UVVU goes in. The red buff burn does take out Treon as the Brolair comes in with the teleport. Zart gets rooted up. What's he going to get? Brolair is hitting him hard. UVVU shuts down the Fizz.
Not quite enough to get in there. He wanted to try to get in before she threw the javelin to try to dodge it, but instead Q's right into it. Sadkill putting some more pressure on Zed as he always is. We got Nidalee now going back to mid lane. No,
probably grabbing that Scuttle Crab there. Yeah, there it is.
Here
right
she comes back to mid lane. Going to try to keep that Orianna down because there's still been so much pressure coming from it. Lands the javelin. Lands the ult, not able to get the kill.
This one guy does not escape. Does not escape. Treon throws down the cannon barrage. Good map awareness there out of the top lane.
Some really good ult placements we're seeing from Gangplank going on right now.
Indeed. Brolair going in with his own ultimate. Treon wants to stay out of it. But does he go in? One more Q ought to get it. UVVU is going low to Zart. Treon has slain Brolair. Zart has slain UVVU. There's another shutdown. This is just going back and forth.
We have a 1,000 gold lead on the blue side. No turrets taken yet. 11 minutes into the game. We're going to start seeing the turrets fall pretty soon, especially that top lane turret right now.
There it is. That's first turret over to the blue team. Well played on their part. Getting the roams from the Orianna to get attention down to the bottom lane, and then forcing the top out. And I think a lot of that has to do with, like I said, Maokai scales. He's good and he's strong, he's tanky, but as we can see, the combined damage out of Treon on Gangplank and Zart on Fizz has killed him 4 times.
Well, breaking that down, there was just Treon Gangplank just putting in a lot of harass, a lot of pressure onto him, and so keeping him down in health, getting ready for the ganks every single time. And it worked 5 times, able to get those kills, and so they were able to take that as first turret pretty easily. And now bot lane turret on the blue side looks like it's going to go down next. Just not quite sure when that's going to happen. Zed is now starting to do a lot of damage with his abilities. He's
got that Ghost Blade, all that flat lethality going on. No one's really built armor on the blue team yet. You do have the Seeker's Arm Guard. Is that what that one is?
Yeah,
it is.
Seeker's big play coming on bot lane right now.
UVVU does get the hurt down under Gamer Ratchet, and Flare Solaire gets knocked up. Tiny Evil Mage setting that up. Sphinx gets another kill.
Janna trying so hard with Monsoon and the shield, just not quite enough to save her ADC as well as herself. Red team takes the bot lane tower, but Sadkill picks up an ult onto the Zed and is able to get the kill, but the Ignite gets the kill.
The Ignite from Orianna. This one guy. Good play from Zart and Sadkill, making sure that he got as far as possible. And there he goes over the wall, being untargetable. UVVU, Brolair, and Tiny Evil Mage going in to fight him. Zart dodges back in because the Cannon Barrage is down. What can we see? Not enough damage out of Treon yet.
Kind of really the only play you could do. You know you're going to go down. You're not going to outrun these guys. So you're just going to try to go in, try to do what damage you can, see if you can get a kill. So not a bad decision to try to do that when you know you're going to die. Try to do something. You might get lucky.
But there we go again. Like we were talking about during Champion Select, he does have the Cinderhulk enchantment. He's trying to get the beefy, so he gets the hit points and the AoE burn, and then just going for the Trinity Force. That's what that Sheen is going to become.
He's going on the passive on his abilities to try to get the extra damage as well.
Right. And it's actually really funny. If you look at the junglers, they have the exact same build. You have the red Smite with their chosen enchantment and a Sheen. There's a command attack.
With the Cinderhulk.
No, it's not a Cinderhulk. Sorry, I understand that
that's
one's
not a Cinderhulk.
No, that's the.
Okay, I'm looking on a really small screen. That's actually a blue, not a green.
Yes, no, Cinderhulk on Fizz, Runic Echoes on Nidalee. They are different that way, but it's the same type of smite, the challenging smite coming out of them, and then with the Sheen following up afterward. Actually, a lot of Sheen buffs this game. Gamer Ratchet is getting hit pretty hard. He does have to flash away, but there's no turret. UVVU predicts that, jumps and nails him, gets another kill.
Meanwhile, Fizz going in with the Chum the Water is able to pick up the kill on Tiny Evil Mage.
He wasn't going anywhere. And then Treon comes down for the support. They are going to break open this mid lane unless UVVU has something to say about it. It does look like this one guy is pushed off. Brolair is coming in. They don't have aggro on any champions. They are going to take out the turret, but they have to watch their back because in comes UVVU.
Is it VV? Or
It's
VV.
UVVU. Oh, the Urchin Strike. Burn the flash. UVVU doesn't get out. There's a leap. He knows there's no vision in there. Zart, one more Urchin Strike and gets another shutdown.
A lot of damage now coming out from Fizz. Going to be able to help carry through this mid game while Sadkill starts to get that scaling into late game for some damage as well.
Treon is so hosed. Monsoon coming out to try and save him. But
not quite enough.
When you have no armor against the Zed with a Ghost Blade, you're not going to get too far, my friend. Let's see what Zart can do. He does have the Oriana Ball. There's an auto attack following him over the wall. The Fizz burn from his passive. Brolair going really
Raptors
low.
almost get the kill.
Zart goes in. He does get the kill with the Urchin Strike. He's got the slow. Chum the Waters onto this one guy. There's the knockup. Zart with a double kill.
And very good job by Sadkill to try to pick up that
shockwave.
The shockwave ult, but wasn't quite able to get there in time because the range was too much.
Oh, Zart's going in on Tiny Evil Mage, but little does he know, UVVU is right there, and another shutdown! These junglers are just fighting all over, but Zart picks up the kill with the burn! Sadkill gets a dissonance down to hurt UVVU for so much, but Sphinx has that BF sword, has that Warhammer. Flare Solaire tries to shield, but does end up going down.
Yeah, a lot of damage. So a lot of damage from both junglers coming out right now, picking up the mid lanes on either side. So really, mid lanes are just kind of in the middle of the pack here. We're seeing a lot of plays coming from jungles, catching everybody out, getting those kills, helping get their team in a better spot. Score is really close, 10-3-1 and 9-3-3. A lot of damage coming on to Gamer Ratchet. Goes down to another Nidalee Javelin.
Now, see, here's the thing. This one guy went in to fight him and should have annihilated him, just like what happened to Treon. Brolair setting up the snare for Tiny Evil Mage, burning the flash out of Gangplank. Looks like Red Team is starting to come ahead.
Yeah, but they're still not quite caught up in gold. They're only 200 gold behind. It's the one turret ahead. Otherwise, the scores are relatively even. You got a little bit heavy on the blue side in kills in the top lane, a little bit heavy on the red side in kills in the bottom lane on the support.
Yeah, that's true. You got 3 kills there on Vel'Koz.
But that's what you want the Vel'Koz to do. He's got the passive. He wants to pick up those kills. It was going to be a kill lane. Red team going in for the Mountain Drake right here.
Chum the Waters does it. UVVU along with...
And Zart is able to steal the Mountain Drake.
What a play out of Zart! Well done, blue team. They set it up. They throw out the True Shot Barrage. They throw out that... Oh, and the Shockwave on Tiny Little Mage. Flare Solaire is going low. There's the Monsoon. UVVU does kill him, but guess what? Blade of the Ruined King on UVVU. Oh, Gamer Ratchet does end up going down. That was a 3-man jump. Brolair snares down Zart. Sadkill wants in. Brolair is too tanky right now to just go all in, especially with that many red team members on the bottom.
Right now, we are seeing a lot of people on the blue team getting caught out constantly. We're seeing it by Gangplank, we're seeing it by Janna, and then led to an Ezreal death. They need to start coming together for these things. Here comes Noriana getting caught out 2-1 again.
There's the hunt. Sphinx blocks one spell. There's the auto attack. Zart getting hurt down. UVVU getting in the cannon barrage. What can we see? Zart sets up Orianna with the command Dissonance.
And, yeah, well, I guess he didn't get caught out when you have a cannon barrage ready to help you out there.
Planned. It was calculated.
Here, let me get like a fork and a knife and just eat these words.
There it is. So, again, I want to take our attention where the leads are on these teams. The top lane, Gangplank, 156 CS to 90 on the Maokai. But then, when you look at everything else, junglers tied in kills, mid laners tied in kills, bot very heavily on the side of the red team, like you pointed out. So, what advantages are there? Is having the Gangplank more fed going to be the winning deal for this blue team, or is it not going to be enough to stop this red team from having the duo lane carry?
I think it will help when Gangplank stops trying to split push and starts trying to help the team a little bit more.
I can see that.
Maokai is going to be there. Gangplank's doing a damage build. He wants to be able to start picking up kills. And
it looks like we're going to get a nice big fight. Tiny Evil Mage does flash out. Zart is pretty strong. Brolair is in the middle. He gets Shockwave. Zart laying down the damage. Gamer Ratchet dies on the bottom lane. Brolair is not dead yet. Flare Solaire does take him down. Tiny Evil Mage goes down to the Ignite and Seastone Trident from Zart. But it does look like the bottom lane is in red team's control. They pushed another turret, took out Ezreal again.
And instead of trading turrets, blue team has decided to go back, fight them off of that. Smart play by them, because they were going to take out that turret, but they're doing a lot of damage here.
Oh, Zart does deal a lot of damage. There goes Sphinx. Rampage for Zart. But UVVU does get out alive.
Zart is jumping all around that fight.
Yes, he was.
You can't throw a javelin. You're not going to hit it.
Especially when he's on target. He hit that one.
He hit that one onto the
Fizz. Yard. Of all the people to hit. Let's see. Flare Solaire is going to take out that ward. Oh, Sadkill's on the wrong side, but he does have Treon for support. But little does he know, there are 4 other members of the red team ready to walk in and take them out. There's the root on the Zart. Shum the Waters lands on UVVU. He goes in. There's a heal onto UVVU. Brolair reducing the damage he takes, and another shutdown. This one guy tries to get down onto Treon. Is he going to make it out with the Monsoon? Oh, but the javelin from across the wall! UVVU taking over this game.
2 fights happening at once, and then when the fight ends in the top, here comes Nidalee with the perfect javelin. She's landing everything.
Every single javelin is hitting its mark, and it's hurting. Let's see here. Let's double check this. Nidalee has only 178 ability power, but it doesn't matter when you're that fed. 13 kills, and the Lich Bane laying down the damage.
Really heavy siege coming from red team onto this mid lane turret. They want it, and they're going to take it. Not much blue team can do about this.
No, not with the Orianna and the Janna with no damage. There does go the mid lane turret. We were talking about it. Red team was coming ahead. They are now ahead in gold. It's a slim margin, but they are ahead in gold, turrets, and kills.
Yep, they were able to pick up 2 turrets, get them a lead in turrets. Now they're going to want to move to top lane, but Gangplank's heading up there to stop it. Here comes the Fizz.
Shum the Waters hits onto UVVU, deals more damage to Brolair than it does to UVVU, but Tiny Evil Mage does get the kill. Brolair burning down from the Seastone Trident.
Misses the javelin by a hair.
Flare Solaire. Oh no! Sadkill walks in and murders Sphinx. What else can they get? Tiny Evil Mage does make it out. It looks like UVVU is hanging around. He is full hit points. Flare Solaire might want to be careful.
Not quite enough vision there. If there was some more vision there, we probably would have seen some more kills go to blue team. Another javelin lands on the Gamer Ratchet. UVVU lands.
Oh, but the flash out does save his life, and here comes Sadkill, command attack. Where's the dissonance? There's the dissonance. Sadkill gets hit hard. This one guy for support down with UVVU.
Jungler in the mid lane versus a mid lane in ADC. Red team is a little bit ahead in that fight.
I would have to agree. There's the teleport out of Gangplank. What is he hoping to do? He just gets hit by everything. Oh, but he sees the team running in. Treon does throw down the cannon barrage to zone them off to the left into the lane.
Not really a strong play coming out of that teleport.
I would have to agree with you.
They were already leaving the fight. He was trying to catch them out just in time. It was just a little bit too late on that. Almost a 1,000 gold lead. Actually, now it's a 1,000 gold lead for the red team. 2 kills ahead, 1 turret ahead. Still a really close game, but red team is starting to pick up these team fights, still catch people out. We want to see blue teams really start to come together.
And he stole another dragon!
Another dragon goes to Zart, stealing again!
Oh, there's the shockwave and the dissonance onto Sphinx and Tiny Evil Mage. There's a knockback onto UVVU. Brolair is in the middle. There goes Solaire. There's Chum the Waters. Brolair is down. UVVU is going to go down. Gamer Ratchet makes this fight happen. This one guy goes down. That is 5 dead on the red team. The ace from the blue team.
5-1. Only Janna goes down. And the thing is, we were seeing Maokai come in and do exactly what he wanted to do. What we talked about it right at the beginning. He's right there in the middle trying to take all this damage, but everybody is out in the way. We have so much poke coming from Gangplank, Orianna, Ezreal, even Janna, doing so much to try to disrupt people, keep things from happening. They're able to take Nashor for super easy, and now they're going to start pushing lanes. So yeah, that's that team fight we want to see. Blue team can prove blue team can now come ahead, helps them get a little bit stronger.
And I think, let's look at it. It was the Gangplank. The Gangplank was there for the fight,
yeah,
and they ended up winning. I don't know if it was him exactly and specifically, but he was there, and they won the fight. An engage that the red team started.
And they had a good engage. They had their Maokai exactly where they wanted. Everybody else is behind them. Zed waiting to try to get a pick. Nidalee trying to be in the middle, trying to get kills. The Gangplank there is that extra man, not split pushing anymore, is really helping them out in those team fights, and it showed.
Yes, I agree.
In a big way.
And, props to Flare Solaire. That Monsoon threw everyone away.
Absolutely.
Oh, Brolair does go in because Zart is 1 against 3. Chum the Waters goes into slow, and he tries to make the dodge, but 1 versus 3, even 4 with Tiny Evil Mage roaming up.
I'm not sure what you're doing up there all by yourself.
Probably distracting.
You push with the team. You have...
Oh, a shockwave onto Tiny Evil Mage. He does go down with the auto attacks. Gamer Ratchet wants to follow in onto UVVU. Sphinx is in the fray. But here's Brolair and this one guy. There's the Javelin True Shot Barrage. Brolair goes in on top of the cannon barrage. Gamer Ratchet is still alive. This one guy goes in so hard, but the Monsoon and the shield of Janna. There is the redemption. UVVU is all alone because Sphinx had to run back and defend the turret. Treon and Flare Solaire going in onto UVVU. Can they land the slow? We need a Zephyr out of Flare Solaire. There it is. But Gangplank stops chasing. UVVU turns back. And the knockup does not happen. Treon is wanting to fight. UVVU goes in. Flare Solaire lands the Zephyr again. Treon, there's a flash. There's the tornado. No knockup. Treon lands a Q. UVVU is fighting like a man.
Or like a cougar.
Or like a cougar. I mean, that's probably better, yes. But we have another giant shockwave dissonance, and Gamer Ratchet follows up for the double kill. Great teamwork.
Very strong play all across the map right now, pushing all 3 lanes. Fizz is in the bot lane. Mid lane, inhibitor turret goes down. They want to take the inhibitor. There are 2 people dead, sorry, on the red team. And
there's another turret.
Another turret goes down. He's pushing on the inhibitor turret. Fizz is pushing the bottom turret. There goes the inhibitor. So much damage coming all across the map. Just expanding that gold lead, expanding that advantage, opening up the map. A lot of damage going on to Brolair.
Yeah, it is. So, I've noticed that we're talking about
another turret
the swings, but yeah, now it's not a swing anymore. This is entirely in blue team's favor. But
and another turret.
What happened? What happened, red team? You were ahead. You had the fights. You had the push. You had the damage. It might happen here. There's a couple flashes blown. There's the triple shockwave! Instant double kill, and the redemption on top of the cannon barrage. Sphinx goes down now to Zart. UVVU is low. Will he get the kill on the Flash Lair? He will not. Brolair is the only one left. Double kill for the Gangplank, and the ace goes to Zart on the Fizz. I think it's game
That's
over.
game right there. There's the surrender vote. GG to Red Team. It all happened with that really big first ace team fight.
Down by the
Gangplank was
dragon.
there. We had a really good monsoon coming from Janna. And from there, they pushed their advantage. Bam, bam, bam. The only really faltered step they had was Fizz getting caught in the top lane. But the rest of the team didn't care. They just kept pushing. All of a sudden, we had pushing in all three lanes, and Red Team can't do anything about it.
No, it was the classic 1-3-1. When you send 4 people in the top lane, guess what 3 members of the other team are going to do? They're going to rush the mid lane with a Baron buff.
That's exactly what you want to do.
Exactly, and that's what I'm saying. So, we saw a lot of good fighting. The expectation was for the Ezreal Janna lane to have the advantage, but the raw damage from Sphinx and Tiny Evil Mage actually offset the range deficit, and just pushed. But then again, like we were talking about, Treon got so far ahead of Brolair in that top lane was just out of control. Especially with Zart running up there and helping him out, making sure the tank couldn't get fed enough to tank. 9 deaths.
Yeah, and really, this game was had a lot to do with jungles.
Yes.
Both sides of the jungle doing so much work for their respective teams. We got Fizz going to the top lane, and Nidalee roaming around, but putting some pressure on the mid lane as well. Keeping Sadkill out of the fight, Orianna out of the fight in the mid game, but we started seeing the late game where shockwaves were being landed and things. All that was being done for the team fights to help them win the game. So really keeping that tank down helped them immensely, so that once that tank goes down, you got nothing left. But let's see here. It's a Gangplank Q to kill one, it's a Fizz to kill another one, Shockwave to finish the rest. Ezreal will get some kills. That's a lot of people just go down just from that.
Agreed. Well, good game to both teams. Thank you once again, Sadkill, for allowing us to spectate your game. We are going to go ahead and take a short break. We will be back. Don't leave the stream. Like I said, we don't have commercials and things set up. We are going to get our next game into queue, and we'll broadcast when it is. I have been Ben Johadre Sorensen. This is Devin Admin Anonymous North, and we'll talk to you in a bit. Woo!